You have studied English for many years. You studied grammar, vocab, blogs, articles, and you even watched different kinds of programs, TV shows, YouTube videos. Still you feel scared. And you feel scared to fail, to get stuck, to be humiliated by others. The reason behind this is that you have utilized the resources, but you haven't utilized all the resources in the best possible manner. Today we are going to study 5 methods by which you can utilize all these resources, lines across you, lines surrounding you, in the best possible manner, and we will study how to study English in the best way. Because resources are everywhere, in the form of articles, in the form of TV shows, in the form of radio shows, in the form of blogs, in the form of YouTube videos and English trainers videos. But the problem arises here is that we don't know how to utilize them, how to get benefit out of these resources. What is the best possible manner? If I ask a question from you all learners, all English learners, that tell me, reading an article, or if you have read an article, what is the best possible way to learn English from it? What is the process to read an article? What is the process to read a blog? What is the process to watch a movie? Are you still mimicking? Are you still copying? Are you still imitating the native speakers? Are you still finding out words out of the article and then just learning them? If you are doing the same thing for many years and you are not getting benefit from that experience, you should change your ways. You should change your methodology in order to get benefit out of them. First of all, this video is divided into 2 parts. First of all, I will tell you there are 3 kinds of English learners, and you have to find out for yourself in which category do you fall. Secondly, we will discuss 5 methods to utilize resources in the best possible manner. How to get the maximum benefit out of these resources. This is the urgent need of every English learner, because every English learner has spent many months, many years in learning English language. Then why you are not able to speak English? Why you feel scared to fail? I am not specifically talking about English language. You feel scared to fail. Whether you are getting a test to be passed, whether you are getting an exam to be passed, whether you are getting for your interview job interview, you are scared to be stuck, you are scared to be fail. Why do you feel these kind of feelings? The reason is that you are not sure. You are not sure that I will get the information, the required information which is inside my head. And have I learned in the same way? Have I learned in the correct way? You are not sure about this. That's why you have such kind of feelings of uncertainty. You have the feelings of failure. So without any further ado, let's get into the video and find out what are the 3 categories of English learners. The first category is beginner. Now, what is the characteristic of beginner? Beginner is the person who always copies, who always mimics, who always copies. He learns to copy. If you are still in this stage when you are copying others, when you are just imitating others, it means that you are a beginner. For example, if I ask a question, how are you? You would say, and every beginner English learner would say that I am fine, and what about you? He would pose the same question. No variety, no diversity. He is only mimicking, he is only copying. The second category is intermediate level. Now intermediate student, what he would say? Now intermediate student or intermediate English learner is focused on expressing opinion. Now you learn how to express your opinion. What is the best possible manner to express your opinion? What do you think about something? And you would be able to give reasons why it is your opinion. Why do you think like this? If something is your favorite, then why it is your favorite? If you dislike something, why do you dislike something? You would give the reason. You would express your opinion. This is the quality of intermediate level, and if you can express your opinion and if you can relate reasons in order to clarify your opinion, it means that you are in the intermediate level. The next level is advanced level. In advanced level, you get to know, analyze. Now you are not only expressing your opinion. You are not limited to your own opinion. You would analyze the opinions of others. You would learn how to analyze different kind of opinion on the same topic. If you have learned and if you have read an article, you would be able to summarize that article into a small piece. And you would also compare different kinds of articles, different kind of blogs, different kinds of TV shows, different kinds of movies, different kinds of English channels. This is the quality of advanced learners. Now we are going to study the 5 best methods in order to find out how to utilize these resources. Now the first method is study in chunks. Study in small pieces, study in groups. Because you have learned vocabulary, grammar, idioms, expressions, phrasal verbs, and lots of information is inside your brain. But problem is how to get benefit out of these all kind of information stored in our brain, and how to remember and how to utilize them, actually utilize them in your conversation. So what is the process? How we can chunk it, how we can divide it into groups and get maximum benefit. So the process here, it is the detailed process of number 1 method, where you can give triggers to your brain, because triggers are very important to remember things. And how can you remember information, exact information, while you are in the conversation? How you can utilize all the resources. I am emphasizing on the correct usage of resources. The first thing is that you have to pick a topic. Now the process one is that you have to pick a topic. You have to select a topic, the topic of your own choice, whether it is on traveling, whether it is on cooking, whether it is on sports. I am just giving you an example. Here you can choose according to your own will. First, select the topic of your own choice. Now what next you have to do? You have to find videos on that topic. Number 2 process, you have to find and select videos on that topic. You can use YouTube in this regard. You have selected a topic. Now second thing is that you have to find out the videos related to that topic. The third process is that then find articles and blogs on that topic. You have watched videos on that topic. The next thing comes that you have to select blogs and articles related to that topic. Next thing, find images on that topic. Now you have to find out the images, because images are the pictures which illustrate, which demonstrate, which show the meanings of that topic. And when you visualize and when you see images, these are the best thing to remember anything, to remember information for the most time, because you are giving visual triggers. You are not only looking for the words, you are not looking for the topic, you are also having pictures. You are also seeing pictures on Google, and you can take the resources of Google. Next, Now you have to combine all these in all kind of information. Combine all kind of information. What you have watched in the movies, what you have read in the articles and blogs, and what you have visualized in the form of images. What you have visualized in the form of images. Now it's your duty to combine all these resources. Take any notebook, grab any notebook. Here the role of notebook is very important. Put all information, now it is in your brain, put it in the written form on your notebook. And section of make parts of your notebook, that this topic is devoted to this thing. Now you have sectioned off, you have parted of your notebook, and you have written down all the details, all the information related to that topic. Now organize on the topic. Next thing, you have written all the things, you have done all your tasks. Next thing is to review. Now read out again what you have combined. It will give triggers to your brain, and your brain will think in the more deeper manner, in the depth, because now you have organized all the details. You are not confined only to one article, you are not confined only to one blog. And what is the usage of this? What is the usage of this process? The usage of this process, the benefit of this process, the advantage of this process is that the information will be stored in your brain, and not only stored in your brain in the passive manner, you will be actually using it when the need arises. You can use them in the information in your conversation when some topic is being discussed related to this. So how it is easy to utilize the resources. Now we are moving forward to an important method, and I like that method very much, and how to utilize them I will discuss it now. Number two method to utilize these resources which are spreading all around us is to read opposite opinions. Opposite opinions. The fact is that everyone has his own opinion, and it is best and it is better to understand more than one opinion. Now what is the process? How to read and how to have diverse kind of opinions on the same topic. Now you have to select articles and blogs on same topic. For example, if one article says that apples are good for health, and the other article says that mangoes are good for health, you have to read both these articles. You have to read both these articles. Now the next step is that you have to analyze both the articles and find differences and similarities. Now you have to analyze both these articles and find out similarities. What are the similarities and what are the differences? Check it out. Next process is that this will help, and why it is important and why it is good to read different kind of opinions, because these different kind of opinions, these kind of opposite opinions will give you in-depth thinking. You will think more deeply because you are not confined to one article, one opinion. Rather, you are confronting with opposite opinions. Next thing is that now if you select one opinion out of two or more opinions, you have read all the opinions, now you select one opinion, you have to give 3 reasons. You have to give 3 reasons why do you select that specific opinion. This is very much important. It will broaden your concept of thinking, and all your problems relating to blankness, relating to fear, relating to being failed and scared to feel stuck, they will vanish. Believe me, they will vanish when you are following all these kind of steps, and you are utilizing resources by the usage of these 5 methods. These 5 methods are not actually these 5 methods, these are the 5 processes, these are the 5 procedures. They will help you to have better understanding and how to collect the resources, because resources are everywhere in the world around us, on telephone, on phone, on Google, on Yahoo, on everywhere. But the problem arises here that we do not have methods to select them. Next, so this method, when you read it, it will give you diverse opinion, it will give you depth in your thinking. Now the third method is watch and find examples. Now you have to watch and find examples on some topic. Now what is the process? And let me discuss one thing before I discuss the process of watch and find examples and how to utilize the resources. Some viewers, some subscribers, some English learners find it very hard to watch a native English TV show or radio show, and they find difficulty in understanding the words because they are talking in a very rapid manner, they are talking in a very speedy manner. So what is the solution? Sometimes they just, because of the contractions, because of reduction of some words, because of the placement of stress, sometimes English learners can't figure out what they are speaking. So they get stuck at the very first point of watching, and they get bored and they leave the topic, they leave the movie, they leave the TV show or podcast or blog or article. So what is the solution when you are watching and you are having this difficulty? The solution is that you can turn on English subtitles and watch the video, read the English subtitles. In this way you will be in the better position to understand what you are watching. So what you have to do? What you have to do in order to get utilized and in order to get maximum benefit out of watching these kind of TV shows, watching these kind of videos. So the very number one first is listen for unknown idioms and expressions. Now you should look for unknown words, unknown idioms, unknown expressions. You should watch the video, you should watch a TV show, and you should read English subtitles. And after reading, during reading, you should analyze that this word, this expression, this idiom, this phrasal verb is unknown to me. I don't know these kind of words. So what is your task? You have to write down in your notebook. Just write them down in the notebook. Then the next process is that you should keep on watching and writing down what kind of idioms, phrasal verbs are unknown to you. You should not skip, you should not end the movie, no. You should only write down. Finish the TV show. Watch until the TV show is finished. When it is finished, you will look up your notebook and you will have a list of unknown idioms, unknown phrasal verbs, unknown expressions, unknown words. Now your next duty is to look up for their meanings in the form of images. I always recommend to find meanings in the form of images. Why images? Why I emphasize so much on finding out the images? The reality is that when you read, when you visualize, when you see images, pictures illustrating different kind of images, it gives triggers to your brain and it will be easier for you to remember vocabulary on that specific topic. Next, now what happens? You are making connections. You are making connections in your brain that this topic is related to this vocabulary, these expressions, these words are related to that topic. And when you are in the actual conversation and when you are discussing the same topic, you would recognize the same vocabulary, you will utilize the same idioms, words, expressions would jump up into your brain and you would find yourself at ease while utilizing all these resources. So let me know in the comment section how do you find this content, because during figuring out this content, during writing my script, I was focusing on how to utilize the resources, how to get benefit out of these resources. Now the final method is, and the final process is, write about your daily life. Everyone says, and we can't deny the importance of writing down about your daily life. But what is our daily life? What is our routine life? The routine life is actually the same. We should try something different. We should write the article, but we should write article in some different ways. We should include some different kind of pieces of information in our daily life. We should not write, I get up early in the morning at 7 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, then I take bath, and then I take my breakfast, and after that I did my household chores. The routine is basic. Or I went to my office. This is not about your daily life. Writing down the journal is quite important, but it is also important to know how to utilize them, how to write a journal, how to write down your daily diary. What is the process? What are the steps you have to follow while you are writing down your journal, while you are writing down your diary? So we are focusing on the right usage of different kind of resources and how to study English language in the best possible manner, because we have been studying English language for so many years, but still we scared to fail, but we still scared to be stuck, but we still scared to be humiliated, but we still scared while entering a job interviews room, while entering a examination room. Why do you feel like that? Why all these kind of feelings erupt in you? Why such kind of uncertainties? Why such kind of doubts are prevailing in your head? Why do you not feel confidence that I have prepared well and I can do well? Why your heartbeat becomes rising? Why sometimes you feel that you are going to fall down on the ground? Why do you feel that I will not perform well? The reasons are that you are not sure that I have done best. I have done and I have utilized whatever were the resources available to me in the best possible manner. Because you have read, you have listened, you have watched at a superficial level. At a superficial level, you didn't go into the depth. That's why all these feelings erupt inside you. That's why your confidence level, instead of going up with the passage of time, it goes down with the passage of time, quite contrary to our expectations. So we will find out that what is the process, what is the best possible way to write down the journal, and what pieces of information we should include in our journal, in our notebook, in our daily diary, and what should we write down about our daily life. So the first step is that first thing you have to do is you should write down what lessons you have learned that day. The very first task you have to write down in your journal, in your notebook, is to write down the lesson that you have learned that day. Lesson. I am not talking about your daily routine. What did you do? Everyone gets up. Everyone gets up. Everyone takes breakfast. What did you do? The important point is that what have you learned from that day? What was the important lesson what you have derived from that day? Now, you shouldn't have to only mention the name of the lesson. You have to provide 3 details. 3 details about the lesson. What was the lesson? What was the lesson? And how it was the lesson? you have to provide 3 pieces of information about that lesson. Remember, the very first thing you have to mention is to mention the lesson you have learned. Number 3, write one interesting person you met, saw or watched or read about. Very important point. Now the next step is that you have to write down about one interesting person you met at that day, or you watched at that day, or you read about in the article, in the blog post, in the Google, in any kind of search engine. The conditions are that you have to write down one interesting person you met at that time, at that day, during your actual life. If it was not possible, you have to find out one interesting person you watched in a TV show, you listened in a radio show, in the podcast, or you read about in the article, in the blog post. Now you didn't have to mention only the name of that interesting person. You have to provide 5 pieces of information about that person. Now what is the process? What is the procedure to provide information about a specific person? If you want to talk about some specific person, you have to give details. Why he was so interesting? Why he was so amazing? What was the amazing thing in him? Where did you met? When did you met? Why did you met? So you have to utilize 5 W's. With the help of 5 W's, you will elaborate your interesting person in 5 number. Now what you have to do, exact process is that you have to find out who was that person. Who was that person? The person was political, the person was social, the person was a movie maker, the person was a English trainer, the person who was that person? Let me know in the comment section the last interesting person which you met or saw or watched or read about. Let me know in the comment section. This is your assignment. Now then, what was interesting about him? What was the interesting thing about him? Now, when did you meet that person? Why he was so interesting? What makes him so interesting? The reason. Now, where did you meet that person? In the article, in the blog post, in the TV show, in the movie show, where did you find that person? Mention that. And if you are summarizing all these 5 W's, you are visualizing that you are giving more than 5 pieces of information about that specific person. The next step is, now you have to write down 5 tasks you accomplished at that day. Yes. Next thing, finally, write something amazing that happened today. Now you have to write down something amazing. Why it was amazing? Give 3 reasons. So this is the best way to get maximum benefit out of these resources, because resources are everywhere. The deficiency lies inside our technology, in our methodology, in our perception, in the wrong usage of these resources. That's why we are still in the process. We are not moving ahead, we are not getting benefit, and we are not achieving our target goal. So while making this video, I have this concept in my mind that you have to let me know in the comment section, how would you find this content? Was it interesting? Was it informative for you? If it was informative, if you get a little benefit out of these pieces of information, please like, share and subscribe the bell icon and hit that bell icon, because it motivates me to make more videos, such amazing videos for you to understand English in the deeper level. So till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed.